I am particularly fond of this song for a couple of reasons. One is that it used to be in the American supplement section of the 1987 songbook, in addition to being in the regular section, and it was in the section called Holiness and Consecration. However, in the 2015 songbook has moved sections to the section entitled His Suffering and Death, or The Suffering and Death of Jesus, where I guess it ought to be. But it was interesting that it was there before in a different section, Holiness and Consecration. Be that as it may, one might wonder how the song survives in the songbook, particularly given the Old English. Take a look at the first stanza and you'll see what I'm talking about. You can see the word fain in the second line. Other hymnals have changed that to gladly or willingly. I gladly take my stand. And because the writer is Scottish, I'm thinking that that would have been a word used. And the song is over 150 years old. Beneath the cross of Jesus, I fain would take my stand. She's comparing her place beneath the cross, the shadow of a mighty rock within a weary land, some place you would go for refuge, to rest, a home within the wilderness, a rest upon the way from the burning of the noonday heat and the burden of the day. You will realize that she died in her 30s. And the story is told of her brother, who also died in his 30s. Different story. He died in Canada, and it appears that Elizabeth didn't get married. One writer said she was frail. In the days when women who were frail might not find a significant other, but she did come from an important family, and that could be a part of the equation that we don't understand right now. It's also noted that she was writing poetry as a child, and this was one of her poems. And the two songs that she wrote that have survived were actually poems, which were constructed into songs and published posthumously after she passed away. The second stanza, she focuses on the cross again. So you'll notice the first stanza says, beneath the cross. It tells us where she would want to be, why she would prefer to be under the cross or in the shadow or shade of the cross. She said, my eyes at times can see the very dying form of one who suffered there for me, and from my smitten heart with tears. Two wonders I confess, the wonder of his glorious love and my own worthlessness. The third stanza now, she speaks to the cross beautifully. She says, I take your shadow for my abiding place. In other words, I want to abide in the shadow of the cross. And other writers have taken this theme. I'm trying to think of one right now. In the depths of my soul's greatest longing, I am coming, dear Savior, to thee. I would then say that one of the reasons this song is worthy of its place in hymnary is because it talks about a writer looking at the cross, viewing the cross as a place of shade, and then looking at the cross and seeing the dying form of one who suffered there for me, for her. I love that stanza. I take, O cross, thy shadow for my abiding place. I ask no other sunshine than the sunshine of his face. Content to let the world go by, to know no gain nor loss, my sinful self, my only shame, my glory, all the cross. Thank you, Elizabeth, for this beautiful song, Beneath the Cross of Jesus.